ready to get started, right? Are you excited to be here? Yeah, good deal. We're excited to have you here. I'm Dr. Hans Williams. I'm the Dean of the College of Forestry and Agriculture. We look forward to getting to know you very well over the next few years as you work towards your degrees in forestry, environmental science, agriculture, or geospatial science. So, if I mention something that you think you're earning another degree in, you might be in the wrong place. But if that sounds familiar to you, then you are in the right place. So we're very excited that you're here. Trust me, since March, the university has been working very hard to make sure that there's a healthy and safe environment for you to come back to this fall. And universities aren't universities without students. And trust me, the faculty have missed you. Hopefully you missed us, you know, and as you were graduating from high school or transferred from the community college and so on, you were looking forward to coming here and embarking on your career. We want to make sure that the environment is safe and it's healthy. And what we're going to try to do this fall, and really it's our mission throughout the time that you're here, is to engage in a hands-on learning experience. We want that experience to be the best possible to prepare you for a career. We're not only going to help make sure that experience makes you technically sound. That's, you know, employers, when you graduate here, they assume, coming from SFA in particular, in the programs we have in our college, they assume that you're technically sound, right? You know how to go out and measure trees. You know go out and how to take care of animals. You know how to do those kind of things, right? But what they also expect from us is to help you grow professionally, help you grow in your leadership skills, and just as important, help you grow in your self-management skills, right? Things such as getting up on time to come to that 8 o'clock class, right? That's very important because all of you will be engaged with that. Very soon when you graduate, you go out to the real world and have to work. And some of you have already been doing that, so it's not anything new. So we're going to do everything we can to prepare you for your career and try to do so in as normal of a way as possible, given the situation that we have. And like I said, you're going to see a lot of things. You're going to see hand sanitizer everywhere. We're going to enforce wearing masks inside the building. We're going to have, when we get, our biggest challenge probably in the college is transportation. Right? To give you that hands-on experience, we have to get you out to the forest or out to the farm. And we have vans that we do that. So that's where sometimes that physical distancing can break down a little bit. But we're going to make sure that the vans are disinfected, that we're going to keep it separated in the bench seats as best we can. You have to wear a mask when you're in the van. All of these things, you know, that you're going to become very familiar with really at the start of classes on the 24th. So I think we're even setting up a portable sink out in our garage in the forestry building, so you can wash your hands before you get in the van and after you get out of the van. So we're going to do everything we can to keep you as safe as possible and reduce the risk of COVID infection. So what I'd like to do now is introduce who's here today, and I'll just kind of go around the room. First of all, this is Dr. Ken Parrish. Dr. Parrish is the director of our environmental science program. Brandy Bishop is one of our college advisors. She is an advisor in forestry, environmental science, and geospatial science. Chanel Savela. Chanel is also one of our college advisors and primarily in forestry, environmental science, and geospatial science. Dr. Joey Gray is the chair of the Department of Agriculture, and Dr. Matt McBroom, who's the Associate Dean of the College of Forestry and Agriculture. We're going to do a video that's kind of going to highlight, about 6 minutes long, it's going to highlight some of the activities that you're going to be engaged with over your time here at SFA. Then we're going to turn over the program to each of the people that I've introduced, and they're going to talk a little bit about their specific programs and some of the things that will help you succeed. And then after that, well, some of you may be here for college advising. And wait a minute, did I see Emily Payne? I thought I saw Emily. I think Emily Payne is here. Emily is the college advisor or the advisor for agriculture. And I know she's here, so we'll get her in the room here in a minute. But we'll show you that video, and then after we're done with our presentation, if you have to be advised, if you need further advising on your course schedule and so on, the college advisors, Brandy, Chanel, and Emily, can assist you. And I think, do they not have a place set up on the third floor where you can register, or do they have?
I know that they have business hours where they're able to meet with their advisors today.
Okay.
And they have more time throughout the week. So if they can't meet with today, they can meet later on this week.
Very good. Did y'all hear that? There's plenty of time to modify your schedule or do the things that you have to do before Monday. So, and if there's any confusion or on that, do not hesitate to contact us. You know, at any time. You know how we can be reached. And feel free to contact the college. Most of these folks have probably already spoken to you at least once, if not, and emailed you. So don't hesitate to reach out. Right? Now I guess I'll leave you with just one, parting piece of advice. A lot of times students and parents ask me how can my son or daughter succeed, or how can I succeed in college? My advice to you is pretty simple. Show up for class every time. Right? Have good attendance. Turn in your assignments on time, right? And get engaged. Get engaged with something. One of the handouts in the packet that we provided for you lists student professional organizations that are in this college, and we have lots of them, right? So there is a lot of opportunity for you to get engaged in some of these extracurricular professional activities that's going to help build your resume and make you more employable when you're done. So those three things are pretty simple. Because if you do that, then we're going to know who you are. And that's very important. Knowing who I am, well, that's great. I really appreciate that. Right? But what's really important is that these people sitting up here in the front know who you are. Because if we do know who you are, that means you're probably have good classroom conduct, you're turning your assignments in and doing well, and you are a leader among your peers. And that's what's important. And then you will succeed and graduate and hopefully have a great career in the future. So what I'd like to do now is go ahead and show that video. And I hope you enjoy it.
Oh no. I got a full screen, sorry.
see, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Right? Yeah, there's a lot, we're gonna try to get you out in the field and all those things, whether we have the 800-acre farm we have north of campus, we're surrounded by 12 million acres of timberland that we have access to. The water resources of Texas are in East Texas, so we have those resources. And then you'll find here at SFA, our college is considered to be a flagship college of the university. And as a result, we receive the resources we need to become to have some of the best programs in the nation. So you're at the right place, and you're also in the right discipline, because right now the job market, you're worried about whether you're going to have a job when you graduate. I don't think you need to worry too much. The job market is really good right now in all of our disciplines, and a lot of it has to do with demographics. In forestry, for example, the average age of a forester in the United States is greater than 60. So you can, when you go to a forestry meeting, and some of you who are in that program, you go to a forestry meeting, you'll see a lot of gray hair and no hair. Right. Yeah, and I think a lot of the other disciplines, whether it's agriculture, whether it's surveying, and geospatial sciences, you're going to see that. So a lot of retirements. I think there's what's the number? 10,000 baby boomers retiring each day in the United States. So the opportunities are there for you, and it's looking really, really good. And we have not seen, especially, I know in forestry, I don't think we've seen any downturn due to COVID, because again, the demographics are there. They need people to replace those who are retired. So it's looking pretty good for you. So what I'd like to do now is turn it over to Dr. Bray. Dr. Bray is going to talk to you a little bit about the Department of Agriculture and the program there.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. So welcome everybody, and I'm going to echo on what Dr. Williams just said. I mean, I think this pandemic has shown us one thing for sure. All of those disciplines you see right there are what we call disciplines, right? I'm sure you all heard that term as far as going back to work after March and things like that. I mean, every one of those on that list are essential, right? So this kind of reinforced it for us, which we already knew, but it does educate the public that, these things are essential, right? So you are going into a fantastic area for, get over here, fantastic area for job placement, for sure. And yes, I mean, in agriculture, the same. I don't believe we've seen really any downturn. Matter of fact, we've probably seen more jobs available trying to get products and things to future time. So I'll start off here. We're going to go through each of these individually, but again, in agriculture, we offer a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. I'm going to kind of run through the majors. Those of you that are majoring in agriculture probably have seen those, but I'm going to talk about those just a little bit as well. We also offer a Master of Science in Agriculture as well. Environmental Science, the BS, the Bachelor of Science, and then Master of Science as well. Forestry, BS and MS, but also have one of the few PhD programs on campus, and they'll talk about that more as well. And then Spatial Science, which is one of our newest ones we've had in college. So, are you my clicker?
Yeah.
All right. So those of you that are majoring in agriculture, like I said, you've probably looked through this list. Those of you that aren't, again, we have some areas that you might want to minor in, or that you may want to just get some classes to get some more information for some interests that you may have, even outside of what your major already is, right? So you hopefully will have some of that flexibility to take a few of those classes. And we'll mention, and you probably know now, that we have this flexible tuition, or flat rate tuition now, which allows you to even take some additional courses for not really any additional cost. So think about that as you're going through. You can always jump into another class in another discipline that you can get some good knowledge from in that area. So we've got ag business, ag development, or agricultural development. That is our teaching emphasis area, but also prepares you for some other things. Agriculture, engineering, technology, which also has a teaching certificate area with it as well. Animal science is by far our largest. It generates generally about half of our enrollment in the college, or the Department of Agriculture. And then we've got some specializations in that area, equine science, pre-vet as well. Pre-vet is very intense, rigorous. Horticulture and then poultry science, that's my area, so I'll show you a little bit about that here in a few minutes. Okay, so ag business, right? Any ag business majors in the group? Okay, very good option. Again, wide range of areas that you can get a job in. What we're going to do is train you on economic theory, business, right? It is a degree that actually has a built-in general business minor. So you will actually come out with a major in ag business and a minor in general business. And so that's always very attractive to employers as well. So again, a great area. We'll do these pretty quick here. Agricultural development, like I said, is primarily our teaching area. So if you'd like to go out and teach in agriculture, whether it's in junior high, high school, or even at a secondary or a higher education level above secondary education, this area here is for you. Also, county extension agents. So county extension agents will often go through this program to become an agent later on. And again, we're going to emphasize there on communication skills and really those teaching pedagogy type skills that you really need to know. Agriculture, engineering, technology is a growing area. It is a very growing area, primarily because you are in a generation that has embraced technology, right? Some of us that we may have somewhat embraced it, but not to the extent that you have. And so technology is very, very important in agriculture. So again, you will not find any type of a commodity, right, food or fiber that we grow that does not have a lot of technology based to it. So again, this degree here will set you up for any and all of those areas and be able to jump into a job very quickly. Animal science, as I said, that's by far our most favorite amongst the students. Again, it's going to get you information in all different types of animals. The ones we kind of specialize in here are beef, cattle, poultry, swine, sheep and goats, and equine. Those are our main animals that we keep here at our university and really focus on. We talk about other ones, though. We have a class in companion animals, right? Dogs, cats, parrots, any kind of loving animal you want to have, right? We teach you about those. Bearded lizards, right? So we even bring some of those to class sometimes. So lots of fun there. And again, keep in mind those of you in pre-vet in the group. Okay, yeah. Those of you that are in the pre-vet program, keep in mind that all of your experience with us will actually count towards the hours that you need to show for applying to vet school. So that's a big plus. Think about it, right? You're going to be in lab probably at least 2 hours a week, 15 weeks long. That adds up pretty quick, right? Multiple labs per semester possibly. You're going to have lots of hours to show the vet school that you have been active and around these animals all of that time. Horticulture, another great program. And again, we have tremendous facilities here at SFA for this. I'm going to touch base on those here in a few minutes. But all areas of horticulture focused on, right? So ornamentals, fruits and vegetables, perennials, all sorts of different things, right? So lots of great information there. And then poultry science, as I mentioned, again, here in East Texas, we definitely have the resources for two things, and that's trees and chickens. Okay, if you're not super familiar with East Texas, we produce lots and lots of chickens here in East Texas. So again, makes us pretty unique. We are the only university. There's 2 poultry science programs in Texas. That's us and Texas A&M. We are the only ones that actually grow commercial chickens. Okay, we are one of the few across the country that has a commercial poultry operation. We were actually the very first, which is great, right? So again, lots of hands-on knowledge. And again, you may have seen, I wanted to point out too, the video that Miss Sarah Fuller did for us is just fantastic, right? Did you notice one common theme about that video? Did you see much in the classroom stuff, right? Now, keep in mind, right, you are gonna be in a lecture room, you're gonna be in a lecture hall, portions of the time. But what we like to focus on is what you saw in this video, right? So, you know, we're gonna get out there, we're gonna get dirty, you're gonna get sweaty, you're gonna probably get some mud bites, you know, different things like that, right? Again, that's how you gain that actual knowledge, right? We can teach you the technical side of things, but to really be able to apply it, you gotta get out there and do it, right? Which is why we're so happy that you're here with us, right? It's very difficult back in the spring when we had to transition to really try to get across a lot of the material that we were trying to teach, okay? Very, very hard for our colleagues to do that. So we are so happy that you're here and gonna be able to participate in this stuff. Okay, one thing I wanted to focus on just real quick is, again, our tremendous facilities. So we have facilities that are set up for academic and research activities, right? To be able to focus on, and you saw a lot of those on the video. But if you haven't had a chance to tour a farm yet, again, you'll get a chance in some of your very first classes that you take. If you're outside of our majors, outside of the agriculture majors, but have some interest in areas of the farm, just let us know, right? We'll set things up for you to come out and visit, things like that. And we've got a beef center, equine center, broiler research center, and poultry research center. Again, I mentioned we have a commercial farm. The broiler research center is the commercial farm. The poultry research center is another research area that we focus on other types of birds. Sheep and goat center, and then our swine center. And again, what we're going to do is get you very active out there in your class. Another great area, again, as I mentioned, is our horticulture facilities. So we really got them divided in two different areas. So you'll probably hear this in two different ways. You'll hear about SFA gardens, right? SFA gardens is 128 acres on campus. It's spread out in many different areas. And you probably, maybe if you walk around campus, you probably walk through some of these areas, may or may not have even known it, right? Has everybody seen the azalea garden out on University yet? If you haven't, I recommend walking through them. It's relaxing, right? And it's a great location. That's just one of the few areas that's listed under SFA garden. For our academic purposes, we are focusing primarily at the SFA planter. So if you go behind the agriculture building, you will see a greenhouse, some other buildings there, and it's all part kind of connected to the arboretum behind our building. And so that's where we'll spend a lot of time focusing on planting and different things like that for the horticulture majors and even other classes within the department. Yet another very good resource for our program is our soil plant water analysis laboratory. This is kind of more of a focus of service to the community, but students get a chance to participate in this when you take soil science. And maybe even some of our other classes as well. You'll touch base on some things inside this laboratory here. But again, very good resource for academic research. And then again, you may think, well, all of those places look really neat. Can I work there? Right? Well, absolutely. Okay. We need lots of help. We can't operate these on our own. Without student help, it would be very difficult. Found that out in the late spring when students had to go home and couldn't come back. It was a little bit difficult to find help to work out in these areas. So again, if you're interested in any of these areas, I recommend you talk to either me, Ms. Payne, or if you once you know who is the director over those areas, reach out to them. Right? We would like to definitely get you the information that you need to try to apply for a position there. Keep in mind that, again, we always need lots of help, but again, those fill up. So if you don't get a position or not able to fill a position right away, keep trying, right? Or basically let that director know and say, well, as soon as the position comes up, I want it, right? So we keep lists of students that show us interest, and then we're able to put those into positions as we get a chance. And again, I want to echo what Dr. Williams said earlier. about being engaged, right? Not much better way of being engaged than actually working at these facilities as well as learning, right? Put you a long way ahead when you go out to look for a job. And then lastly on ours, just want to definitely mention our extracurricular organizations that Dr. Williams touched base on. Again, lots of clubs and organizations. You can look through that list if we provided you the sheet of those in your packet there. Again, there's not an area that's not focused on within our department. If there's a major, there's generally a club or organization that's tied to it, right? And that is a great way to gain extra knowledge, networking, right? You're going to hear that term a lot. Okay? I hope you hear that term a lot. And I hope you take advantage of it. What is networking? What do you think of when you hear network? I'm sorry? Connecting stuff, right? Well, here what I'm talking about is how can we connect you to the industry you want to go into, right? Get out there and network. We're going to provide you hopefully numerous opportunities to get out there and meet those folks that are already out there in that industry that you're hoping to be in, right? And again, those connections, like Dr. Williams mentioned, is who knows you, right? How do they know you? Well, networking is that key to them, right? So these organizations here will help with that. Okay, they will help get you out there. Now, we do always want to caution, you're not here to major in these, right? Make sure you study on your academics first, then make these a priority second, okay? All right. I think that's all that I have. I will pass it on to
my turn. How's everybody doing today, okay? It looks like a convention based on. Except for. It's not doing very good. And you have a good thing. I want to actually put the things that I can raise. We're all about giving you a little bit of education. That's our top priority. That's not true of all universities. That's our top priority. And this whole college philosophy, our college philosophy, not all. Often you may ask, what is environmental science? It's not familiar household terms for most people, but environmental science is defined science to help solve environmental problems. And so we have to give you a pretty good foundation in the science. That's seriously true. But if you're not afraid of biology, chemistry, environmental science, like this. So we give you a pretty good foundation in chemistry and biology. Because when I think of environmental problems, they almost always involve chemistry and biology. So those are the basic science that we do first. Then we do a whole bunch of applied science courses, like air quality courses, water quality courses, soil science courses, things like that, that allow you to understand the environment. Because our program is very hands-on, we are highly respected on this place. We have no problem breaking the barriers. Now, what do you think the job is? Well, it might surprise you that the majority of our staff is private, working for industry and big companies that have environmental problems. They want people on staff that can address those problems. Sometimes I think we know the government is doing there are two tracks within it. The first one is called land, air, and water resources. We have some additional science courses in it to help you understand how those areas work and how to address them. So we're doing a really good job of science and doing it not for ourselves. The first track is where we want to consider. The second one is called discipline specialization track. And this one allows you to mine to actually start you to mine in a complementary field so that you can focus since it's a good planner, people are guessing to scout. So that's what it is. There's lots of planners at the campus who do become really specialized. That is great. Wonderful. So we can be really hands-on education that is prepares you well for the work. Additional courses and sciences are included. There's a lot of focus in that area. And students the specialization tracks are most popular in a lot of the other courses in mind. Most of us students, actually 2/3 of the students for that class, not for either way, we all compare to the work. And getting back to work, the farmers come to us, all of these things. We have a career field, agricultural engineering, agricultural as well. And people come to us to hire a graduate and also some industry. As I mentioned, when you're in these technical fields, you really need to do something to all companies. Because that builds your credentials. And so, if you can, as soon as possible, start with this relationship. And these disciplines are typically treated to connecting with the next paying while bringing some credentials in the way. And then when you graduate, it's not just that diploma you get, but you also have real experience. I just said all of this, I got ahead of myself in some of this. We have here 100% employment. I got more software last year with the world. But that's picked up some of it. Really great, because most of our graduates that are working, staying employees in the industry. So that stays in the environment. Entry level positions start with 40 to 70. Very private industry pays better than government. If you're willing to step out of it, you make pretty salaries right off the bat. Dr. McBroom is next. Victim.
Go ahead. So my name is Dr. Matthew McBroom. I'm the Associate Dean of the College. I'm going to tell you a little bit about forestry majors and the geospatial science major. I want to echo a lot of the things that everyone else has been saying this morning. And I want to emphasize that for you that are making forestry, our first class on intro to forestry, creating competency in forestry, you have an opportunity to go over every one of the specializations that I'm talking about, wildlife, dimensions, etc. And really for the first year or two, you have a lot of opportunity to move among those disciplines. So underneath the forestry major, you could maybe look at urban forestry or forest wildlife, human dimensions, fire, etc. Because you're taking the same basic classes in forestry for the first couple of years. I also want to reiterate what Dr. Gray said. There's a lot of opportunities here for minors to be built in. There's environmental science, maybe do urban forestry, horticulture, and geospatial science is important for all of the fields we're talking about. Of course, among the majors that we have within the forestry program, the first concentration in our forest management action. Here we basically just apply, of course, we apply the basic understanding of habitat and conservation to wildlife research. This is our most popular emphasis area within the forestry program. All of the forestry programs we were telling you about are accredited by the Society of American Foresters, allowing you to get your certified forester credentials. This particular program is kind of a two-in special. You can also pursue your certification as a professional wildlife biologist through this program as well, giving you that opportunity to pull these two things together. One additional thing I want to say about our forest wildlife management program, this is probably one of the most unique programs, certainly in Texas and maybe even in the country now, because you don't just learn about the biology of the species. Many universities in the country have wildlife biology. Here you learn how to manage the habitat for them. And the current director of the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, one of our graduates many years wildlife management majors are one of their preferred hiring sources, precisely because you get to not just understanding the biology of the species, but you understand how to manage the habitat of the species. And in order to have the species, you got to have the habitat first, right? So in this major, you're going to spend a lot of time measuring vegetation, memorizing plant names. And a lot of times we get some pushback, and man, why am I going to memorize the name of 150 trees? Last I know, when I get an invitation to do it. I'm a wildlife major. Come on, really? Or another fun one to get our fair share of this one. Why do I have to learn about soil? I just want to manage trees. Love to get to that, right? But of course, what I teach in hydrology, of course, you do the more obvious why you take a hydrology class. Water is listed for all of it. Component of the environmental science and forestry as well. So that's our forest wildlife management major. Next slide, please. We also have our other concentrations within the forestry major. Our human dimensions deals with parks and park resources. Forest fire management deals with how to manage fire as a ecological tool in the landscape. Urban forestry, well, this one's growing and growing. Have you noticed how urban census is getting? Many of you, of course, are from the Houston, Dallas, Metroplex, etc. This area, we literally cannot possibly supply enough residents for urban forestry. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and among the forestry this area, it's one of the highest paid. This area will allow us to pursue International Society of Arboriculture, professional arborist education, in addition to certified forestry professional as well. So this is a wonderful opportunity that's growing in leaps and bounds in the state of Texas, and again, one of the higher paid. Agroforestry as well, where we combine components of managing agriculture. Dr. Gray mentioned that East Texas is known for trees and chickens and cows. Well, can we integrate those in the landscape for in a practical way for landowners? And the answer is absolutely, we have to do that. And that's what we try to do in that. With this particular, we make it a minor of an agriculture that complements that. So that's a good opportunity. Next slide, please. And moving into geospatial sciences, I do want to reiterate one other thing that everyone else has said. I don't know about you all, but since COVID has happened, what do you think has happened for our demand? And I'm not talking about the toilet paper and paper towels. How much stuff do you order from Amazon versus what you would have been going to the store for? And every Amazon package comes with 2 or 3 boxes. We literally cannot supply enough of that paper right now. It's called fast paper for that. We get toilet paper and paper towels. COVID has highlighted the necessity for people who can provide fiber and food for our future. And that's just one example. Building markets, surprisingly, we cannot supply enough solid wood products right now in the market. Lowe's, Home Depot can't keep to the 12 trillion wood, you know. Part of it was initially home improvement for everybody was at home, so it was just like that. But then beyond that, we're still sustaining a really high rate of growth in all of these areas. And as Dr. Williams mentioned, that's not going to change anytime soon. Now, so with that in mind, we created a major a few years ago called geospatial science. And the geospatial sciences, we're talking about how to utilize mapping technologies to make wise decisions. Whether it's where to plant forest, how to do an environmental mitigation, so a weather mitigation plan or something like that, or where the next Tesla gigafactory should be. All of these are geospatial science decisions that utilize mapping for. Tremendous opportunity here is one of the top growth technological areas on the planet, much less in the U.S. We have an emphasis area in this that allows you to do your survey credentialing. Dr. Williams mentioned how the average age of the survey is like 63 right now. And the thing about Texas in particular, our landlines are all kinds of messed up. And every time you transact property, change zoning, or try to build something new, or even put in a new oil or gas facility, you have to have a registered survey on that, right? There just aren't enough people willing to learn the technology and math, and then go out and apply it in the field. And there's tremendous good opportunity for the registered survey in Texas for all over the place. So if you like to integrate technology with solving on-the-ground problems, that's a great option. Oh yeah, and within our geoscience, you can also get your drone certification as well. So I mentioned we have three main areas, natural resources. That's how we put things in terms of whether it's forest, or wetland mitigation banks, et cetera, and landscape. We have land survey that I mentioned. And one that we had recently was probably in the area of cultural resource. This is how we put the human dimensions components working into the landscape. In other words, whether it's neighborhood planning and zoning, all the way to where the Caddo Indians were most likely to have integrated some historic feature on the landscape, the whole gamut of the human on the landscape. Next slide, please. And within these three tracks, students can also get their UAV certification. You saw the pictures of the farm and the forest. Most of that imagery came from UAV drones, right? And students working in this area have the opportunity to get that FAA accreditation so that you get the ground ready to go out and start integrating. By the way, you don't have to just be a social science major to get that FAA accreditation licensure. You can be an environmental science major, ag major, any of the areas, and pursue that. Something that's pretty important because it's fundamentally transforming everything you do outdoors, from urban to wilderness. Next slide, please. Student organizations, you do have a list of these. I'm just going to reiterate what Dr. Sarish and Bray had said already about this. Be sure to get involved and engage. One of the things we're not doing this year is you all, normally about the second week of the semester, we have all of the students in the college get together and we have food set up for all the student organizations. And we have the student leaders who will come and introduce themselves to you all. And then afterwards, we have a hot dog and then sign up for that club or that organization, find out who their meeting is, and all of that critical information. But because of social distancing and everything, you can't do that this year. We're kind of doing a little bit of that here, but I'm going to reiterate to you all, there's 111 when I talk to you all, and I'm sure all of the others will. We're going to try our best to get you in front of a student organization that is in front of you to start the winning the images. Not who you know, but who knows you. And this is a key way to get involved in the game. Of course, we have our professional student organizations, Society of Forestry, Wildlife Society, NAI, Student Society of Horticulture, Society of Ecology, Spatial Sciences. We do have a Forestry Honor Society, so those have over 3.0 participation. And we have a lot of other student organizations as well that are going to be involved. Sylvan is a great one. SFA is known throughout the country for Sylvan Forestry Club. And the reason is because we're really the best. We've brought home the 2-year trophy 2 decades. In other words, we've won more conclaves than any other university. Conclaves is all fun and physical events like process science, et cetera. But the technical events, the things you're learning academically in the field and in the classroom. SFA has consistently been nominated in that. And part of it is because of the commitment of our students and the high quality participation that you all put into this. And we want that tradition to continue for the next decade. I was talking to a lady from Clemson the other day, and she said, wow, and she was undergraduate, she said, I've never even heard of SFA until your compost team showed up when I was an undergrad, and everybody said, it's over, SFA is here. And she said, of course, defeated everybody. The ranking was like SFA is up here and everybody else I think is like this too. And we're really proud of that. Again, we're proud of it because of the engagement and involvement of our students. That's a good way for you to get to know others as well. And in addition, our ducks and lilies, the trophy hunters, and scholarships. We haven't really touched much on this, but as you all know, financial aid is a big deal. Paying fines in college. I think, I know for a fact, this college is the best place to be in terms of dollars awarded per student. Now, I'm not talking about your federal aid or the university scholarship. I'm talking about the scholarships that only have COPA students qualify for. We give away somewhere in the neighborhood of about $30 million every year just for activity. Sometimes these are pretty specific, to a specific major, or people from a specific county with a specific EPA, and there's great opportunities here. So the take-home message, you must get your scholarship application turned in this year. Is that deadline for February, or do you need that? February 1st, February 1, yeah. February 1. So one of the things to go ahead and put on your calendar over Christmas break is to get the scholarship application done so that you qualify for these scholarships. Before you move, all four communities, we have a scholarship called the Phone Bill, which is something like $1,000 towards your field station. So every year we have about 50 or 60 students go to our summer field station. What percent do you think get awarded? And by the way, as long as you have 2.0, as long as you're passing and going to the field station, you qualify. Don't matter what your parents' income is, if that's anything like that, all right? All you literally have to do is turn in a 2-day scholarship application. Anyone want to guess our giveaway rate? Understand? Tragically, Dr. Williams, when Frank and Chanel, we've been, Joe, you know, Christian coming down. We get about 2/3. It's been the highest we've had. I had a student one time come to my office and say, Dr. McDermott, when I was running over to the field station, I got to work, but 6 weeks, 8 to 5 plus every day. I just can't afford it. And I moved to I remember. And I said, so you tell me that scholarship application. You look down the bridge and I said, well, you're pretty rich, aren't you? What do you mean? I said, what's your job pay? You go in there. Really? Because how long does it take you to fill out a 2-page scholarship application for $1,000? You look down the bridge and go, money. And anyway, but still, that's a great opportunity for scholarships. Get that scholarship application turned in to us next calendar year. Now, as freshmen and sophomores, you may not qualify for as much, but if you've got a pretty good GPA, fortunately, you can get going. There's a lot of scholarship opportunities. We got one recently come up for timber management majors. Like 12,000? What do you think about the major? That's $2,000 scholarships for timber management per year. Renewable. Great opportunities out there. Next slide. Paid summer internship. Dr. Ferris mentioned that to Dr. Blow. The internship is renewed each level position. You seriously need to be thinking about, maybe not next summer, but second summer after, getting a paid internship. We have a career for it, both agriculture and forestry development science. Ours will be virtual. Ours is in February, so we're not sure. So we're going to do a virtual one on October 15th. You need to participate even as incoming students. Because one, we have students who get internships their first year. We have one student that got a great internship with Warehouser his summer after his freshman year. And he ended up being an hired by through. So internships, because like Dr. Williams mentioned, there's a big demand for people. There's a big demand for summer interns. So great opportunity to get some experience and hands-on. And internships are a great way for you to try out what you're thinking about doing. Sometimes we have students that intern in an area and say, I think I want to do this forever. I want to be actually over here. For me personally, I kind of thought I might want to be a park interpreter. I did that for like 6 weeks after my field station, and I liked it. I thought, this is fun, but not really. And now I'm doing it, right? I had a great experience, got paid, enjoyed it, but I said, I don't want to do the rest of that. Instead, I ended up but worked out. And we have lots of opportunities. So get with Chanel and Brandy to help you out. Of course, like Trish, any of us, we're happy to help you out. Next slide. And Dr. Bragg can see that employment opportunities, lots of opportunities in all of our majors. One other thing I would emphasize, we need band drivers too. So one of the ways you can make a little extra money going to lab is get your SFA band certification, and we can help you out at the college office on how to do that. And be a van driver, help out in the labs, help out with our field assignments, and just lots of opportunities. Okay. Study abroad. Well, study abroad is a great opportunity to walk through ecosystems and agricultural systems, environmental systems in different areas. We try to integrate our study abroad opportunities a lot too, because those are great times. So we've had everything from Sweden to the Arctic Circle down to Haiti and South and Central America. Study abroad opportunities. Europe, with the Netherlands, we have a group every year. So be thinking about that also. We'll want to coordinate with your academic advisor so that you can get some academic credit for that. But it's a good way to get one of the best opportunities you're going to get is just get out and see the world a little bit. See where the college credit while you're doing it. Have those of you who are living on campus, have you heard about the residential learning community for this? I know not all of you were able to get into it. Even if you weren't able to get into RLC or Student Hall, you can still participate in all these activities. We have things like supper with a talk, the time to continue on. It's an opportunity for you to get to know us and us to know you. We'll meet over in these college cafeterias and do this couple faculty and maybe have 3 to 6 students who sit down and have supper together and know each other a little bit outside of just the classroom. And we'll have some other activities as well. Next slide. Tutoring and mentoring. You all heard about that one, right? The academic assistance research. And that's, of course, where you go to get your additional help. By the way, you know that, I'm sure when you told me this, but a big difference between tutoring in high school versus in college. Tutoring in college is not really easy. Tutoring in college is how you get that help. So don't look at tutoring as something you're going to do after you help yourself. Tutoring is what you need to be doing as soon as those art resources open up. On top of tutoring for your history and English classes, we also have course-specific tutoring opportunities for the classes in our major, for your forestry classes, environmental science classes. We have upper division students who are peer mentors, and we pay them basically to help you. Whether it's, I just need some help understanding how to write this lab report because this laptop is giving me F's on my wildlife reports. I can't have that. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help you develop in that area. So we have weekly walking tables and Lincoln 29 still for us. For now, yeah. COVID's got us moving some things around in terms of classrooms. But for now, we're in 229 and we'll get the schedule on exactly who's going to be in there for what things. But keep that in mind as well. And by the way, whether we're talking about tutoring in the park or tutoring here in our college, it's not free, really. You've already paid for it. You pay those student fees, right? So you pay for this resource, use it, right? Just like with the Red Center and everything else, you pay for this. It's not free. Use what you pay for. And I would really emphasize that both for art as well as for our college tutoring resources. Real quick, before I introduce your special science and environmental science 7.2, most of you have already gotten emails on this, but just to reiterate, you will be face that now as a COVID, but also RFAC, for the Forestry and Geospatial Science and Environmental Science labs, and the basic field boards. Your hiking side boots, if you don't mind getting out, these good study boots. Come with field appropriate clothing, long pants, perhaps long t-shirts, depending on the weather. Rain gear perhaps. You probably want a good covered footboard if it rains when you're out. Worst thing to do, of course, is to show up in shorts and flip-flops because as Dr. Brady mentioned, it's going out. So you need to be dressed appropriately. And most of the time on your course syllabi, you'll have on there field badges on Tuesday, September, or whatever. We'll be in the classroom on the week before. But on those field days, you need to kind of dress appropriately. Make sure you got that ready. So that's how you do it, right? You might think about an insect repellent, poison ivy, something like that as well. so Dr. Williams mentioned the importance of contact. Last slide I put up the contact information for emergency passes, receive your emails, either the same or misspelled and efficient. But one more time, there's their email addresses, their phone numbers, which you have this. And anything that comes up, one other quick thing, you know to check your email, right? This is a big deal. We have so many tragic stories that happen every year because you got blocked from financial aid and they emailed you 4 times and now you've been blocked from those classes and now you got to re-add those classes, but somebody's looking behind you and that's school. All that would be saved. Check your email. So please check that SFO.edu email regularly. And they're all here, we're here to help you navigate all of those potential problems. With that, I'll turn it back over to Dr. Williams.
Well, are there any general questions for any of us up here? We that all could benefit from it. Yeah.
For forestry, we're almost past the special science, to be a special science, you can come to our forestry building. But we sell the compass and the hard hat combo for $35, which is kind of steal because the compass alone is going to cost you about $35 if you want to have a definition on it. So anytime, maybe the first week, you just stay by the front office and just come in.
And we want everybody in forestry and environmental science, special science to have the same compass. It helps the instructors. I know you go to a lot of schools to get compasses, but the compasses we use are rangefinder, and they're very good for the field. And if everybody has the same compass, it helps the instructor to teach you how to use it. Any other questions? Good question. Yeah, it's very important to come dressed for the field, whether you're going to the farm or to the forest, right? We talked about the equipment. Every instructor, every professor kind of handles things a little bit differently. I used to teach a wetlands class before I moved into the dean's office, and I had a student show up one day in his $500 Air Jordan. Right, so I had 2 options there. I could have sent him home, or I could take him to the field. And I took him to the field. And remember, I told you I teach a wetlands class. So what does that mean? Right? And so we got out to where we were going, and this is a true story. We walked to the edge there, and it was muddy and wet. And he just goes, I can't go in there. I got shoes. I said, well, you have a choice. Right? You can participate in the lab and get credit, or you can sit in the van and it's an unexcused absence and you lose several percentage points on your final grade. What do you wish to do? You marched off into the wetlands. With their Jordans on. So, like I said, you take that seriously. It's really for your safety. It really is for your safety. Make sure that you come properly. Hopefully, a lot of good presentations this morning. I really appreciate everybody and saying I think we've got a common theme there. A really famous guy, probably somebody you've heard about before, Albert Einstein. Y'all heard about him? Know who he is? You don't know who Albert Einstein is? He said learning, his theme really throughout his life was learning his experience. Everything else is just information. Right? And so we really take that to heart in our college and in our programs. We're going to make sure you get a lot of hands-on experience. So right now, if you have some advising questions, Brandy, Chanel, and Emily is somewhere. Maybe he's sitting out there, is available to help you with any of those questions, or if you want to take some time during the course of this week, contact them via email or phone to help you. They're also available that way too. Thank you for your time. I think we'll turn it over to you. I think there's a few announcements.
Hi guys, so after this, we're kind of free until 11. So at 11, you're going to meet with your Jackson orientation person in the room that you were at yesterday, whether it's Matt, Ferguson, wherever you guys met with them, and they're going to bring your lunch to you depending on your group. So the lunch options are limited with Chick-fil-A and Sanders, so you questions for me, feel free to talk to me, but other than that, that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.